Hey everybody, how you doing? Okay, so these are the pieces that I did yesterday. Now, somebody had asked, I believe it was Taylor, Reborn Love. She said when she baked hers, hers was hard. Now, when it's thicker, when you're making a mold, it isn't as flexible as this is because this is thinner. So that's why it's great to use this for what I'm going to show you when you make stamps out of it, or and that's why this is better as a mold. So if it's harder, it's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. You can even make use your regular Sculpey clay when you have extra pieces and use that as a mold too. But that's why, because when it gets a little bit thicker, it's a little bit harder. So let me show you. Always, if it sticks, always just give it a little squirt of water. And first we'll do the mold. Oh, if I just dropped something? No. And I'm just going to roll it into a ball. Let's do this over like this. And I'm going to kind of just make it into the shape. Like the length. And then just stick it in. Give it a nice press. And if you have extra on the bottom you want to pull off, you can. And you'll get better at doing this with these molds, knowing how much clay to put in, the more you do it. But this is just to show you. And you just push it in. And then you'll lift it out, and it'll come out easy due to the water. And then see? You have a great molded piece. Now, what you'll do is take your craft knife or your, I don't have it sitting here, you can buy the plastic clay knives or an X-Acto knife or whatever. And just go around. I don't know if I could use this. I don't have my knives here right now. But you just kind of go around and cut it. The purple ones are great, especially if you're doing it with your kids, or, I mean, even for adults, it's good. X-Acto knife's good. Just make sure that when you're using an X-Acto knife, you're cutting on a piece of glass or a tile. You can go to the Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever your home improvement store is. And you can buy one tile, buy a ceramic tile. You get it unglazed. You could probably get it for 40. I mean, they usually have them on clearance, like for 49 cents. Maybe $1, it depends. And which I have mine, I have to bring from my other room. And that I work on. And then you can bake on it too. So when you're done doing it, your clay can stay on there. You bake on it. And this is just a very quick demo to show you. Okay, so we cut the outside, and then you'll go with your fingers. You know, clay is very versatile, and you'll just go and smooth it out. Use your clay tools if you want, or whatever. I'm just trying to do this very quickly so you can see. Now, obviously, I made it thick, as you can see. You don't have to make it that thick, but look. Then you bake it, and then you can color it or do whatever you want. Now, if we take a little less clay, because that was so thick, I'll spray it a little bit again. Just helps it not stick. You can use powder, baby powder and all, but I just like to give it a quick spray. And stick it in. Try to get it as long as you can to match the length. And then just push it in all around, like you're doing a regular mold. And push it so it gets that shape. The clay gets in there. Okay. And then, see, it just has a little bit of bend to it, but you just grab your clay, pull it out, and again, you have your piece. And you can see I almost have it down to perfection to where I just have to cut that little end off right here. And you can see. Look how awesome that is. And this is just the Bake and Bend clay, but you can also use it with the regular clay. So you can see you can do a thicker piece if you want to do a jewelry piece as a pendant, because you want it to be a little bit thicker. Put the hole in it before you bake it. Or if you're using it for your art journal or mixed media or a pair of earrings, once you trim off the extra, you put your hole in it and make 2 of them and you bake them and you have earrings. You can paint these then with acrylic paint, alcohol inks. You can use your glimmer mists. You can use your mica powder, your glitter, it's endless of what you can do. So if you're interested in seeing these baked and what we can do with them, let me know. I'll bake them and I'll do that. So I'll leave those sit here. I'm just going to cut real quick this little bit right here off. And then if you want to see them baked and done, painted up, and if not, it's not a big deal. You can definitely try this yourself, and you can definitely use regular clay. I like the Bake and Bend because it does give a little bit of bend. When you're pulling it out, and that you have more options, like the next thing we're going to do. And you just go back in and smooth it with your fingers or whatever. I can sit here all day and clean this up. I'm not gonna. But you get the idea. And then you have, so that's really cool. 2 different things. Now, the next thing is this, which you can see how pliable that is. And that's because it's very thin. So we'll take another piece. This time, I'm going to flatten it. And if you're working on your tile or your nonstick, you can always put a little water down so it doesn't stick when you go to push in. I'm just going to flatten this out just a little bit, just to show you. Give it a little squirt on top so our piece don't stick. Remember, we made this with all the different textures. And I'm just going to take it. And this can be used on any type of clay, air dry, Sculpey, Primo, Fimo, homemade, whatever. And you just give it a push. And now you have a great textured piece, which if you did a bunch of these, you can put around a glass like vase or whatever. You can color them. So that's what you get with that. So you can make all kinds of different things with this. You can even write in them when you do it out. Just make sure you write backwards words that you want to use. So that's pretty cool. Also, what you can do with that is, I want to find, let me just dry this off. Something else you can do with this, which I love, is, I'll use a stamp pad today, but you can use spray inks, spray paints, whatever you have. It doesn't matter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ink pad, and again, you can use whatever spray inks you have or have bought, and just go as if you're doing a stamp, and just keep I always do 2 ways. Turn my pad 2 ways. All right, I'm not going to waste too much time making sure it's all covered. You'll get the idea. And then we use it as a stamp in your mixed media or art journal or painting or whatever you do. Give it a nice push, lift it up. I didn't put as much ink as I should have, but you can see. Very cool. Now let's give it a little spray. and see how that comes out. Give it a press. I didn't spray all over. Now this is when you'd want something underneath, like an old mouse pad. I don't have any sitting here right now. Or something that you get a little bit of resistance when you press in. But it just has the same texture as a, but you'll see better here. And it's really cool. And like I said, you can do so many different things. You can even stamp in your clay before you bake it. Now this is a yucky piece of paper, so it's sucking everything in. I don't know. Let me see if this will make a difference because I have, well, the ink probably already off. But you see what I'm saying. So imagine, you know, you want to make it the imprints deep enough so that you get a good imprint. Yeah, that's much better with the pad underneath. Let me just go over it with this one more time and see. This is almost dried out, my ink pad. This is the ink pad I have sitting by that I use in all my demos. But probably time to get a new one. All right, so we'll do it right here on our mouse pad. Give it a push. Okay. Yep, much better. See? And now you're making your own stamps. So, and like I said, it's endless what you can use. And that's even a faded, like a ghost print, which is really cool. And like I said, if you're doing mixed media, now if I squirted this with a little bit of water, let's see if it rehydrates it. Don't really have too much more room for it, but let's see, right here. If we can get another print or it'll be too watery. I don't care if they're perfect or not, because when I do my mixed media, I just love the different prints. But yep, look how cool. So one day I have my container over there. I'll do the different at-home things that you can use to make your own texture. So if you have extra clay laying around that are pieces, and look at that ghost print, how nice. I mean, really, really cool. So then you just dry it off, rinse it off if you want, or, you know, dry it off on your paper towel. Give it a little wipe, and it's ready for the next time. So you get a lot of great, and that's just one, like I said, one print. Never be afraid to experiment, because, I mean, look, and it didn't cost me anything but buying that clay. And like I said, even using, which maybe I'll do with a regular piece of clay to show you how to make a mold too. Which what I'll do is I'll mold it the same way I did this with regular clay, and then do the example on that too so you can see. Now, later on, probably tomorrow, I'll be doing the Amazing Mold Putty one that we talked about, and I'll be using that and show you how that works. And I also with the Amazing Mold Putty make stamps too. So I'll have to pull a couple of those out or show you how I do them on that demo. But that's what we got with that. I love it. I love doing this. And I'm thinking about, like I said, leave down in the comments, but I'm thinking about making some of these also and giving these away, especially for the new mixed media artists that are out there that don't have the money to go buy a bunch of stamps. So just let me know if you guys want a few of them and anything else that you guys want to see. And that's about it today, I think, for this video. I have quite a few more videos to make. I got a lot of questions and stuff like that, so I'm very excited. And it's very miserable and rainy here today, so I'll probably be doing a lot of that. So I hope you guys have a great day. Be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And that's it. So always show me your work. Always let me know what you guys are doing, what you guys are up to. Get ready. Our next contest will be coming up. And I'm deciding on that. So leave in the comments also what you guys are wanting for a giveaway. I love hearing what you guys want. And that's about it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.